Welcome to the
Welcome to the
Sister
Sister
Line,
Lining.
shining a light on millennials. Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carolyn. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Amy. So today's episode is about gratitude and cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Learning to count our blessings and be grateful for what we have has been something that we've all been working on over the last few years. All of us have been thinking and learning to think in terms of this. If we don't appreciate what we already do have, then we won't be grateful for the things that we want when we actually do get them. So we're actually going to be going around and sharing what we're grateful for. And let's start with Carolyn.
So I'm grateful for the quality time that I have with my family right now, especially during this quarantine, because I was just thinking, like, when else would we have so much time to spend with my family? Like, I'm with them 24/7, and also with my dog, because usually I'm like very busy. I'm out, and then I work, and then on the weekends we have plans to do outside. But now that we're home, I have this extra time to spend with my family. So that's been really nice, and we get to share very happy moments, and just spend that extra time with my parents, just because I was just thinking they're getting older, so who knows when, just cherish it now before they make it older. And also for my dog. And also I'm grateful for social media, because I realized that without it, and also during this quarantine, I'll feel very isolated, disconnected to the world, especially when we can't go outside and see our friends and stuff like that. So I'm grateful for that in that sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Alyssa?
I agree with Carolyn. I'm definitely grateful for the internet, because without internet, I don't think we can carry out all the things that we can do to function during this quarantine. Okay, so people who are watching in the future who do not know anything about what's going on right now, currently the world is in a state of lockdown because there is a virus going on, just FYI. So I'm currently participating in group workouts with my friends, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. It keeps me going and keeps me energized, and I'm also grateful for the ability to be with my family right now. Some people, they're far away.
Yeah, it's definitely that technology that keeps us connected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Were you going to add to that, Michelle?
Yeah, I think I can see technology being good, but I guess there are also some downsides to technology during quarantine. I think for me personally, I think I really like spending time outdoors. And I think sometimes when you're cooped up in during COVID-19, I think when you focus a lot on your technology, you could be, I don't know, I guess comparing your lives to other people, and I guess sometimes it can get you down. But I do agree that it can reconnect you with old friends, and I see my parents and the way that they, have FaceTime and Zoom parties with their siblings and whatnot. So that's definitely a really great thing to have during this time. And yeah, we should definitely be very grateful for social media.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time when I saw your mom accidentally live stream the table on Facebook. So grateful for those happy, funny moments.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Elaine? What are you grateful for?
Yeah, I know. I feel the same things that everyone else is grateful for having all this extra time to spend quality time with your family, because for me, my love language, one of the top ones is quality time. So given this opportunity, this time to really spend time with them, that's really something I'm grateful for. And also, Alyssa touched upon the topic about, working out with my friends. I'm so grateful for that, because without them, without my support system of my family and friends, I wouldn't be doing everything that I'm doing right now, accomplishing and working on things that I want to do. Given we're under this quarantine that Alyssa also mentioned, you just also have all this time and opportunity to work on maybe your side passions or your hobbies. And that's something that I'm extremely grateful for, because if we think about it, I know this, like thinking from a more positive perspective, we're under quarantine right now, so we can't go out. I am also an outdoor person, but I'm forced to stay home. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective and seeing this as more of an opportunity for me to work on my side hobbies, which include calligraphy and also other accounts that I want to work on. So that's mainly everything that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about, and Michelle, were you gonna also state what you were grateful for?
Yeah, so I think yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, there was a special on TV. It was LeBron James. He produced a class of 2020 graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Pretty much saying, throughout this COVID crisis, we've never had anything like this. And it kind of sucks for those that are graduating and thinking of all the things that they're missing, such as, graduation ceremony and prom and everything. And it's definitely such a unique situation that we've never been in this circumstance before. And I feel like if I were in the class of 2020, I think I would be really bummed as well. But I think Barack Obama and a lot of celebrities were able to kind of shine a light on, looking at it with a different perspective. And that's kind of how I see it too, because I think, because right now I'm going to school, and there's times where I think about things that I'm missing out on in my master's program, because we are going under COVID. We're not able to establish those in-person relationships as strong as they would have been able to. There's a lot of ceremonies that we are not able to do, and there's a lot of in-class activities that we cannot do due to the circumstance at the time. But I think Obama touched upon how this really is a test on our character and kind of our resilience, and we can come back stronger from it. So throughout everything, I am glad and grateful that I'm able to kind of have this education, because I know without it, I would probably drive myself insane being under this quarantine. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to pursue this career in occupational therapy. And I'm really grateful for my parents, my sister. Thank you to my family for allowing me to pursue this career, because I think I've kind of touched upon it earlier, or not earlier, but before, how unhappy I was with my previous careers. I don't think that I was fit for an office job. So, thinking about the bright sides of at least I get to be in this program, even if it's online, at least I'm kind of furthering my education. At least they're not, stopping, this program because of this crisis. So kind of looking at the flip side of everything, and I have a lot to be grateful for. So I'm thankful that I get to kind of strengthen my character and come out of this as a stronger person, and to be able to tell my kids, I went through this, but, it kind of taught me a lot. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we go through life. I know, speaking for me personally, I sometimes forget all the wonderful blessings that I do have in my life. And it's just, I feel like it's so important to remind myself, and I hope for others watching and listening out there, to just really count your blessings and really be grateful for all that I and everyone else do have.
Yeah. And I think we also need to understand what are the benefits for being grateful, right? Gratitude itself is understanding or realizing the value of something over its monetary worth. If you're able to separate that, then you can actually look at something with a different point of view. So before you appreciate anything, you need to appreciate from what's within. Then you can appreciate what's outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you.
Yeah, that's very insightful. Speaking of gratitude, I wanted to add for myself what I feel like, thinking about this episode, I really think that there are some things I've been taking for granted, and I've learned to really appreciate. For example, I never really had the opportunity to sit down for family dinners growing up. Just everybody in the family and family members sitting together around the table, and have a family dinner together every night. I never really had that experience, because growing up, my house was very small and there's not really room for a dining table to be able to do that. So all of us in the family, we just kind of grab the dinner, the food whenever we want, and then we just sit wherever there's space and wherever we want to have our dinner. But now I'm actually living with my boyfriend and the back house of his parents, and then to them, a family dinner sitting together every night is very important, and it's something that they've been doing for years and years and years. It's as important as any other chore, as brushing your teeth, taking a shower. It's that vital to them. And so I've been having dinners with them every night, almost every night, and I'm just really grateful for that experience, because especially since I didn't have that growing up, and now I just like, wow, I'm able to have this family dinner every night, and that's something that I feel like I've taken for granted, but really come to appreciate, especially when thinking about what to be grateful for in general, and not only for this episode, but in general. So yeah, grateful for that. And then also very grateful for everything that you ladies have mentioned, which is my family, who for their love and support through all these years. And then my dog, Toby, the pug. And then of course Lucky, our family dog. Yeah, so that's what I'm grateful for. And just to kind of piggyback out of all the things that you have mentioned, and then wanted to continue the conversation based on what Alyssa had mentioned earlier about just being intentional when we're thinking about what to be thankful for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. So like I have something here. It's called like Good Days Start with Gratitude. And also what we mentioned, cultivating an attitude of gratitude. So really thinking about that as well. And like it's really nice because it's like little, like it starts off with like, oh, I am thankful for. And then each time you're writing it, you could date it and then write 3 things that you're grateful for that day. So I think the whole exercise of gratitude as well, it's not something, there's no right or wrong answer though. And also it's really about you taking the time to think about it. And as Amy and Melissa mentioned, being intentional. So just writing that down and really reflecting on that. And this is something where you could just look through it at times when maybe, because sometimes you don't feel grateful, like there's negative things in your life, but like practicing this exercise of being grateful and writing down your gratitude, almost like a gratitude journal, it really allows you to reflect back on those times and just really look at it from a more positive and optimistic perspective, and becoming stronger and being more self-aware of your life and your own happiness. So that is something that you can take into your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess if all the gratitude words can be a bit too much, think of it in different terms. Like the synonyms of gratitude are appreciation, right? Recognition, and praise. Those you can, instead of using gratitude, maybe you can substitute those words so it can diversify your view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Alyssa. Great, yeah, because gratitude is like grateful. Yeah.
It's a lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually, when I'm reminded to be grateful and to have that attitude of gratitude, I feel better. I feel better. I feel more lighthearted. I feel more happy. I feel more, I feel more light. I just feel better.
Yeah.
Does anybody feel that way too?
Of course, yeah.
Makes you more happy.
Yeah.
Like it just brightens your mood.
Yeah, I think
it makes you remember that every day is a new day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think sorry, I'm like blanking out. Yeah, I agree. Every day is a new day. And aside from happiness too, just I think it also has like a lot of like health benefits too, because let's just say you're really stressed and you're like like you just feel really tense and like uptight about something, but you're like, okay, let me like focus on the right now, take a deep breath, and then okay, let me think like what am I grateful for, or like appreciate, what am I happy for, that just sets you're just more relaxed, and you're just more in a better position.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that reminds me, being grateful helps you become present in the present moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're focusing on the now versus like the past or like the future.
Yeah.
So I think for me, there's only one day out of the year that I'm truly like practicing the concept of being grateful, and that's Thanksgiving. So I think after talking to you guys, I think it's something that I definitely want to incorporate into my daily life, because I think I often compare my life to people who I want my life to be more like, someone maybe more successful, someone with like the picture perfect life. But I think happiness is really relative, because you compare yourself to people. But if you think about it, some people look up to your life and think, I wish I had, family dinner. Some people don't even have that. And that's something that I
Yeah.
have every night. So it really, really puts perspective into my life right now, just talking
It really
to you guys
does.
right now. And I'm like, wow, I didn't realize people didn't really, eat dinner with their family every night. And so that was an awakening for me, for sure. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like as I was mentioning earlier, and Michelle reminded me too, is like, if you're just not happy with what you have now, then it just calls into question whether or not you'll be happy when you actually do get the things you want later in the future. Because you're looking at what other people have rather than seeing what you have yourself,
I think,
and being grateful for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really agree with both of you're saying, because I read this other book called The Happiness Advantage. So I got this book from work, and really it was about the concepts of success and happiness, and how people automatically think success leads to happiness, but it really emphasizes how happiness comes first before, and then success will come, because you're happy and
Yeah.
you really love yourself, and you kind of you're giving yourself and allowing yourself the opportunity to actually be successful, and it's not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It starts from inside and then it goes out.
Yeah. Any last thoughts about cultivating an attitude of gratitude, ladies?
I think we've covered quite a lot, and I'm certain like every day is a new day, like what I said. And as long as you keep on changing your own view of what's going on outside, I believe that you can always have a more positive future. So no matter what happens to you tomorrow, how you react to it will be a determination of what's going to result.
Yeah. Definitely want to thank all you ladies, and thank everybody listening and watching out there. Hopefully you can also cultivate an attitude of gratitude in your lives, and wish you all the best of luck in that.
Yeah.
Elaine,
Well,
take it away.
yes. So I really want to thank everyone for joining us on another episode of the Sister Lining. Please give this video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button below. So we'll see you next time.
Next time.